After a year where many struggle to make ends meet, state eviction protections nearing an end. What local leaders are considering, though, today that could give San Diegans a longer runway. Several days in, how the cyber attack on Scripps Health is impacting facilities and patients across the county. And years of planning starting to pay off. Today, 2 projects completed. Part of a major renovations being done to the Chula Vista Bayfront. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
And we're going to begin with this scene here in Barrio Logan, which seriously injured one person. Happened in the last couple of hours. Now, the school bus was empty at the time of the crash. The driver okay, but the driver of that white truck suffering serious injuries. And you can see first responders had to saw off the top of his truck to get to him. We're told he's an SDG&E employee and he was transported to a nearby hospital. Well, good morning to you. I'm Jim Patton. Good to have you with us. More than a year into the pandemic, which has hit so many financially on top of other things. Throughout the last year, we have seen eviction moratoriums extended multiple times. Statewide protection set to expire in June. But now, San Diego County weighing its options. Officials considering extending protections locally. And as ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell tells us, that could bring relief to some, but others say it will bring them more hardship.
Right now, under state law, those who cannot pay for rent because of financial hardship cannot be evicted. This protection is in effect through the month of June. Today, county officials may vote on a plan that would change this for our county. The board will consider granting final approval of an ordinance to limit evictions to only instances where there is, quote, an imminent health or safety threat to other tenants and occupants of the same property. If passed, this would end a landlord's ability to terminate a tenant for reasons such as reoccupying the unit, taking it off the market, or making major repairs. Aisha Anan is a landlord and had this to say about this proposal.
If passed, this ordinance would unjustly take away the rights of property owners and homeowners to their space. I want to take back my space.
Before the Board of Supervisors meeting, Supervisor Nora Vargas held a news conference outlining why this temporary assistance is essential.
Both state laws have loopholes, and unfortunately, evictions are still happening in San Diego County. Now it's left up to us to put forward temporary protections to ensure the well-being of families in our communities.
Adding, this would keep families like Patricia Mendoza's off the streets. Patricia lives in Imperial Beach. Within the last year and a half, she's lost her job and fought eviction 3 times.
Because housing is a human right. As mothers, as fathers, workers, children, and seniors, we deserve basic respect and dignity. And here's where it all starts.
Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
And this the scene in Mexico City this morning after a deadly railway collapse. A train crashing down to the street below. At least 23 people killed, dozens more injured. And now an investigation underway into what happened along the city's newest metro line. ABC's Julia McFarland has more.
Horrifying moments in Mexico City when a railway overpass and a train car collapsed Monday night onto a busy road below, killing at least 23 people, including children, and wounding more than 60 others. 2 train cars seen hanging precariously off the collapsed structure, some passengers trapped in the hanging train, one car caught in a crush under the debris. Desperate family members trying to reach their loved ones. This man searching for his sister. He says she uses this line and hasn't answered her phone since last night. Rescue teams and firefighters working to try and find any survivors, digging their way through hazardous twisted metal and shattered glass. Crews using a crane to support the hanging train to try to reach anyone who might still be trapped. The mayor of Mexico City telling a press conference so far no more people have been found trapped, but rescuers still resuming the search, sifting through the debris. The crash involving the Metro's number 12 line, inaugurated less than 10 years ago. Questions now as to how this could have happened. Local media reporting residents flagged cracks in the structure after an earthquake in 2017. Difficult questions for the city authorities to answer. The mayor announcing that the public prosecutor's office is now handling the investigation. Julia McFarland, ABC News.
Now, this morning, Scripps Health and its members still feeling the effects of that cyber attack. That cyber attack shut down the health system's electronic network over the weekend. Scripps hospitals, emergency rooms, and express locations are still open for patient care, but some have been forced to reschedule appointments and procedures.
It's a little concerning if you needed to go in for a procedure right away. It's a little concerning. I'm not in any pain, so I don't feel I need to get in right away.
While most facilities are still operating, ABC 10 News has learned some trauma patients, heart attack and stroke victims have been diverted to UC San Diego instead. Scripps employee told us they are trained and prepared to do things manually in events like this, but usually on a short-term basis. Still no word on when those electronic systems will go back online. Now, the Port of San Diego and the city of Chula Vista held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on this morning at the Bayfront. ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie joining us there live. Mary, this is a big part of a master plan for the Bayfront coming together now.
And I was thinking of you, Jim. You should have been down here this morning because I know you love to bicycle. So this is the Sweetwater bike path that opened up, and it's part of the larger Chula Vista Bayfront project and the Sun RV Outdoor Resort Park. Just about an hour ago that opened. So part of this master plan, the backdrop for the new Sun Outdoor San Diego Bay RV Resort is that bike path and the promenade right along the Sweetwater Marsh. This RV site, you can't tell too much from this location, but it has vacation, short-term vacation cottage rentals along with about 200 RV sites. And it's got resort amenities as well. And then the larger bike path, as well as the larger playground of the bay with the Living Coast Discovery Center right on the other side of this property. And it was all funded with an urban greening grant, the bike path that is, from the California Natural Resources Agency. Eventually, it'll connect all the way from the northern and southern ends of the bayfront.
It's a long time coming, absolutely. You know, this used to be where we're standing. This was nothing but, you know, scrub and rattlesnakes for a long time. And so it's really exciting that Chula Vistans can come now and enjoy this beautiful, pristine bayfront.
There's still plenty of scrub. We did not see any rattlesnakes, fortunately, today. Looking ahead to the next big project is the Gaylord Pacific Resort and Convention Center. That will kind of be the anchor of this 535-acre larger Chula Vista Bayfront project. Reporting live in Chula Vista, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Definitely have to try that path out, Mary. Thank you very much. Well, Mayor Todd Gloria continuing to roll out his budget proposal this morning, focusing on millions in relief for small businesses. Mayor's budget setting aside $10 million for a number of measures, from small business loans to setting up a team at City Hall he says would work directly with businesses, guiding them through their recovery. As part of Gloria's ongoing budget rollout before an expected vote. Now, yesterday, he unveiled a $40 million plan to repair streets in historically overlooked neighborhoods. Happening shortly, we're expecting more details from the White House on the nationwide plan to return to normalcy. President's pointed multiple times to July 4th as a target date for some sense of normalcy. And last week, he echoed those recommendations from the CDC, outlining safe practices for people who have been vaccinated. Today, more on the steps the president is proposing for the weeks and the months ahead. Today, the Board of Supervisors scheduled to vote on supporting the George Floyd Policing Act. This is a national bill that passed the House last month, but it would need the support of a narrowly divided Senate to become law. It aims to ban racial profiling, create a national database that tracks officers' misconduct, and lifts some legal protections afforded to officers in civil trials. The bill would also lower the federal standard to charge officers with misconduct. Board's vote today is a symbolic show of support and a push for federal lawmakers to act. More details emerging about that deadly incident off Point Loma over the weekend. Several people killed after a boat carrying dozens of migrants capsized. Customs and Border Protection say it was part of a smuggling operation. 32 on board as that boat capsized and then fell apart. All but 2, authorities say, were Mexican nationals, the other from Guatemala. And CBP says the captain of the boat is a U.S. citizen. He's in federal custody now. 3 people were killed in the incident, several others injured. 5 people were still hospitalized as of yesterday.